Morning guys. Gonna try and do a weekly what's happening at Little Patch so that you guys can sort of see what I'm planting in and what I've been up to. So today I'm just going to do a quick run through of my garden areas and show you what actually needs to be done and what I'm actually planning on doing over the next week or so. I'm up here in Carrot Top garden bed up here, so you can see a week or so ago I took most of the cabbages out. There's still a couple of cabbages in here that weren't big enough, so I've left them. So I need to take a look at them and see whether they can come out. But there's a lot of the leaves and stuff that are still in here that need to come out. Ooh, that one looks like it needs to come out. Getting nice and big in there. There's still a lot of celery that's left over from when I grew that earlier in the season. It needs to come out along with the weeds. Silver beet I need to go through, harvest what I can of that because the bugs are really getting into it. You see there's a lot of grass in the walkway that needs to be cut out. But yeah, generally this particular garden bed up here at Carrot Top mostly just needs a good clean out, top up with some compost. There's not a lot to be done in Carrot Top, just mostly some clean up and getting ready for some more crops to go into there. What's going in there I don't know yet. So in the greenhouse at the moment I still need to clean the greenhouse up so that I can start using it and doing some experiments over the winter. I do have some seedlings that desperately need to get transplanted or transplanted out. I have got a video coming up on these, on how well it hasn't worked, and that I'm going to have to redo it. But there will be a video coming out at some stage in regards to the seedlings that are in here. And down here at Strawberry Hill, which is the bathtubs, I still have sweet potato, which I noticed yesterday. There's some nice looking sweet potatoes in there, so that'll be a harvest job. There will be a video coming out on that as well. I need to clean out the bathtubs again, top them up with more compost. I've still got carrots that need to be harvested out of here as well. The eggplants, apparently you can leave them in, but I'm not going to. I'm just going to pull them out and start new plants again next year. These ones aren't looking the healthiest. They also needed a lot more room, I think, as well than what I gave them. So I am just going to pull them out and start again. And next year, put those down in the big garden rather than in here. Got some herbs that are ready to come be harvested again. So, but yeah, Carrot Top again, just needs a good whippersnip around it. So we're going to wander down here and take a quick look down here. So this section here doesn't look like much. But this particular section here, from the tomato cage at the back here, across to where those pots are, all the way down to Pip, it's enough, down to somewhere about here, and across here is actually corn patch. That is where I grow my corn. I haven't really grown anything much else in there because the corn has done really well. So you can see the retic system needs to be sorted out, and I need to do a whole heap of weeding and pulling out these are the leftover bits of the corn where I've just cut the tops off and left them to rot. So you can see now the roots have all rotted off. There's even a little wormy if you can see it, but there's a little worm in there. There he is. So that just needs a bit of weeding and tidying up. This is passion tunnel. Same thing in here. These tomato plants, they aren't going to survive much longer. They're not producing anything either. It does look pretty green, but these all just need to get pulled out. Bit of grass that needs to be sorted out. And passion fruit vines, they just need a bit of poking back through the fence. So yeah, this is going to be the hardest bit, is trying to get a lot of this grass out, but hopefully it's not too bad because it's sitting on a lot of compost. Now you'll see I did start some weeding in here yesterday. This is baked spud, because I was trying to see what capsicums I didn't have in here, because these are all capsicum plants sitting in here, and a couple of chili plants as well. So this needs good weeding out. I need to harvest whatever beans are on the beans there. You see the sunflowers are ready to be pulled out. There's a couple of cabbages still in here that need to be done, pulled out. So yeah, mostly this bed here needs to just be weeded out. This was where the potatoes were, and again it just needs to be weeded out, more compost and mulch that I'm very short on as well. So need to find somewhere for these plants to live over the winter. They may not like it out here, so I'll find somewhere else for them. The other thing I have to do to this bed is, we dismantled a brick wall not long ago, and I want to use some of these bricks, probably not so much the bigger ones, but the smaller ones, to make garden bed edgings around baked spud and around corn patch as well. So we'll meander on over to climbing bean garden bed. So I have the corn in here. I had a look through this corn yesterday. There is not really any corn happening in there, so it's just going to be a matter of pulling all that out again. It was an experiment I did that didn't work very well. They didn't like this specific spot here, so I'm just going to keep putting the corn in my normal spot. I have been through a little bit in here and pulled all the tomato plants out. When I pulled, there were all some sweet cherry tomatoes in here, and when I harvested those, I did do a little bit of weeding, but as you can see, there is still a fair bit in here to be done. So this is probably the cleanest of the beds, because it will be just mostly just the corn and some big stuff to come out. But yeah, there will also be a video coming up on the peach trees. That there is a peach tree, and this is a peach tree as well. The video will be basically showing you what we did to this peach tree and what hopefully the results will be for the massacre of the peach tree. This is melon ball patch. You can see in here again I have a ton of this grass that I'm just going to be fighting with. It may just be a matter of whippersnippering it and just keeping it low, and just planting in between it each year, and then just doing the same thing again and just using it as a living ground cover, because I think pulling a lot of this grass out is just going to be havoc. So you can see there is a couple of melons still in here. I don't know how they're doing. They certainly don't look ready. But I won't have a video on melons this year because I didn't start videoing until after the melon harvest. So this is sweet pea here, all these lines. Yesterday I got in here and I weeded these first 3 rows. and the 4th row was pretty much just put some compost on for what I had left of the compost. But these, there will be a video coming out on my peas, which this time of year in WA here where I am is the perfect time to be putting your peas and snow peas in. They'll come up with the nice warm days, but they love the nice cool nights as well, and they will overwinter quite nicely. So this is where I had the tomatoes. There is a video coming out on my tomato harvest along with how to pressure can them. There'll be another video on that as well. I forgot to mention there is already a video out on the potato harvest, how to pressure can the potatoes as well. But at the moment I have, this row has just been planted with peas yesterday, half of this line, excuse me, and this line which just needs this last little bit where this plant is, which also needs to come out as well. And then I need to get some more compost again to top up these last 3 lines, which 2 lines will be snow peas and then one more line of peas. So there's going to be about 300 pea plants and approximately 150 of the snow peas going in here. That's what needs to be done here in Little Patch. How much I'm going to get done, I'm not sure. So I'm just going to slowly work through some of that today. I might actually, for a change, because I normally start down the bottom here in the big garden beds, I might actually start up the top and get those cleaned up there. Now the other thing that I need to do is to come up with a larger compost area. I have a small compost bin up there that we put garden waste in, and currently I'm using this IBC bin, but as you can see it's over full already. So by the time I start putting more stuff in there, it's going to run out of space. So there was a heap of stuff that went up on the bonfire yesterday, which we lit up yesterday. They lit it up while I wasn't watching, so I missed out on seeing how it burnt really well apparently. So I missed out on seeing that. So I just need to figure out where to put another compost pile so that I can start dumping stuff there. So anyway guys, I'm going to put a little bit of video footage on the end of this and show you how I got on today. So yeah, I use this to put in some of my little bits that I'm composting while I'm in here. And it works really great. It's just got a whole bunch of holes inside this plastic tub. You can see the worms and bugs get into the bottom through a hole in the bottom of the tub, and you can see that they're quite nicely just composting all that down and giving back to the garden itself. So what's left in at the moment I will put into the big compost. You see the little worm on the run there. Better get him back up. So what's in there at the moment, I'm just gonna, because I'm gonna move the tub, I can't regularly just move the tub around the garden and it just adds nutrients. now is to turn on the retic. I know it's quite hot, but these new little plants definitely need water. Sorry, they're not new, the transplants need water. Ta-da! We're done in here today. It's probably taking me about an hour and a half in here, which is cool. I'm happy with that. Alright guys, I have successfully managed to finally finish cleaning out Strawberry Hills. I haven't whippersnipped yet, but I might just leave that for another day. As you can see, the sweet potato have mostly pulled. I got a really good harvest out of there. There will be a video coming out on that soon. The carrots are all out. Got a good sized basket out of the carrots. Eggplants are all out. I'm going to leave the basil and parsley for another day because it's still going healthy. These bathtubs are all now nicely cleaned out. So more for the compost pile. Put some water in here. Give these guys over here a bit of a water and get my veggies up to the house and the compost in the new compost pile. Alright guys, that's me done for today. I've had enough. I'm done. Got a fair bit done today, and I'm going to leave it at that. Take my goodies up to the house and get them sorted out. So I've got sweet potatoes and carrots. So it's been an awesome day. I still have all of the other garden beds to do, but there's always another day to do that. So thanks for joining me, and I will bring you another update next weekend.